back at DIY Speed's shop. Haven't been here in quite some time. Haven't filmed anything in a while.
We're getting a bunch of random stuff now.
But I guess we are going to be starting to work on this. The car is probably going to stay here. Maybe we'll push it out. Not sure yet.
We're actually going to work on it right now.
Well,
except I have to do a bunch of loud stuff. So if you're prepared for loud, this is loud, and I got to turn that on as loud. And then we got to bust some bolts out of the exhaust, which is equally loud.
all right, let's do it. Change of plans.
Was that too quick of a response? You were just at, all right, let's hit the button.
Oh yeah, definitely loud. Nothing special on this car. Just a regular 2013 or so Explorer.
Okay.
Yeah. Not even connected.
So if you want to take a look at my troubles here, I have a, okay, this is the rear exhaust manifold, the hanger. This is the flange that attaches to the exhaust to the exhaust manifold here. This bolt is broken, but at least it was in the right or the correct orientation. In other words, the top of the bolt is on the exhaust side and the nut was on the exhaust pipe down here. This is flipped upside out. So I can't get something to hold that. I've tried with vice grips unsuccessfully to hold that hard, like tight enough so I can impact this side off. That hasn't really worked. So what I think we're gonna do is bust this off, the cap off, just pull it through because it's a loose nut. Like somebody was in here and installed that terribly wrong. That is working. There's no question it's done some shit. But I feel like I need to be there for a little while. I gotta get some light to see what's actually going on up there. Let me, oh yeah. Check it out. It's just eating away at the bolt up in there.
Huh.
Yeah, so when that separates, that's basically what I need it to do is separate, and then I need to switch the attachment to this works great. Yeah, look at this. See how it's dull? I think that's probably why that's happening. The reason why I'm running the air hammer on that bolt that's spinning is because the other bolt on the manifold broke off and snapped inside of there. I was supposed to extract this. It fell out on its own. I don't know how else to explain this. So while I'm hammering away at the other side of the manifold, it vibrated enough for this nut that had previously just stripped off and broken to fall right out. Well, that's good.
The wrong way to do the right job.
Yes, exactly. The wrong way to do the right job. I'm sure I'm shaking this catalytic converter to beans, you know.
Well, in case anyone is wondering if I can't talk for you, but if I'm qualified to do any of this, this is our light setup.
Yeah, yeah. I have. We could burn it off, which is probably what I should be doing, but no, we're gonna keep air chiseling away until it falls off. Maybe I could change to a different chisel, but
Hey, if it works, it works, right?
What was that?
If it works, it works, right?
Let's give it a shot. Let's see. Oh, we should turn the compressor on.
That might be a good idea.
I bought the tool to save time. It's not saving time. Maybe because I'm using it incorrectly, but also maybe since you're always a bitch. There we go. A little less dangerous now, huh? What are we going to use to cut that with?
You just want the car up and running again?
Yeah, I just want it out of my shop. So the fact that I'm delayed with the one catalytic converter and that I got to keep going back and buying tools to try and take the bolts out is a little annoying. But that's part of the learning curve with this. I mean, I got to say I'm lucky that this shop exists, you know? That's what it comes down to. So let's let it back down.
What does Ford stand for again?
Fountain on the road did. Fucking old, reliable dirt. Reliable and dirt. So, pick your poison. We could put flywheel on, which takes 10 minutes. Let's do that. And then try to figure out the electric starter on this generator. Because apparently this will pull start, but the electric generator, it's as if the switch broke. The electric start, rather. It's as if the switch broke.
Did you try hot wiring it?
Not yet. I was just given the task to figure it out this week.
What brand is this generator?
Bird. Yeah.
This is a gasser or a diesel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Junk. Truck outside. Junk. That's too shitty. Junk. The transmission bucks like a mule. The brakes grind to a halt.
Alright, let's start with the flywheel.
Alrighty. Please join me. Let me pull out the recording device. Alright. Saturday nights. And in case you didn't know, we're in the middle of an engine build series. While I do a bunch of other stuff. So, bear with me.
Move on to the next project. Why actually work hard if you can just push it off to another time?
Yeah, we'll pick that back up in the morning with a more appropriate tool. You know how I know I'm kind of good at this? I took these flywheels off like 6 or 8 months. We took these off 6 or 8 months ago. And I immediately recognized
Which one is what?
flywheel bolts.
Oh, nice. Hey, remember when we took these to the car wash?
Yeah, so I pressure washed it even better than that. Yeah, it's actually clean. You gotta do a couple of washes. And you know what? The pressure wash machine, it's never as good as let me do it at home. Should I clean these bolts off? Yeah. Alright. Do me a favor. Wipe these. You want gloves first?
This is what you do when you don't have an ultrasonic parts cleaner, right?
Yes.
Is this not an approved method?
OSHA approved.
I assume we want this compressor on?
No, I don't need a lot of air for this.
Alright. Not in the mood of blowing out eardrums?
No. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world, this is me cleaning out bolt holes on an engine, and not even pointing at it. You get out of my way. cleaned. Yep.
Alright, so this is what we're stuck on right now. Starter. Flywheel is installed. Well, I guess this gimbal doesn't really want to show you what we need. What? We need
Bolts. Oh, here's a bag of bolts. You want to see if any of these bolts, like, is this the right length bolt?
I have no idea.
Screw into the hole, or is it too big or too small? Screws in.
It screws in almost as if it belongs there.
Okay, how about this one?
Holy.
How about this one?
Look. It's coming out the other end.
Cool. How about this bitch?
I have to unscrew it first.
So what are you screwing around? All right, I'll go home.
Is it the same thread?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, wouldn't you know it?
Huh!
Fits like a charm.
That actually looks like the right bolt for this. Hey, sir, could you put this in place with the bolt? Or I could do it. Yeah, you could do it.
Go ahead. You can have the honors.
Yeah, here's I'm installing the $50 China starter on the $150 garbage LS. Oh, that fits. Look at that, dude. That's the right bolt. Didn't even need to spend money on it.
Yeah.
This is why you need a magic bag of bolts. Like it was meant to be. Okay.
You sure it's not a starter bolt?
Why would I have 8 of them? They're head bolts. Yeah, this is a short in the making right here. In case you were wondering if a head bolt and a starter bolt were interchangeable, yeah, they are. I'm like 99% certain this is just a leftover head bolt from tearing apart another engine, and it fits perfectly in the starter.
I don't get why YouTube automatically puts it on 15 seconds.
Yeah, I move it to 60 seconds.
Every single time.
I actually can re-record that.
Why?
That's just how I do it. In case you didn't know, head bolts and starter bolts are interchangeable. So I saved a bunch of head bolts from tearing another engine apart, and I will now install this starter with said head bolts. No, really. These are just head bolts. And I already put 2 in here, and I have so many more. I don't just have that many starters laying around, but they're interchangeable. Really, the lesson to be learned here is that if you ever need to replace your starter and a bolt breaks, just pull the valve cover off, steal one from the head, and you'll be good to go.
Just in case you're interested. Which one do you think those bolts came out of?
Just seeing me $10.
Alright, so removing the spark plugs to try and see if we can crank this engine over. Might be handy to have a wrench. Or not a wrench, something.
There's one over here, right? Right there.
Always
All
helpful.
right, folks. I realize that this is important to the build series, so I'll start recording. Let me clean the camera real quick. Voila! All right. If you didn't see the short I just posted, I'll reiterate. Head bolts and starter bolts are interchangeable. So that starter is sat in there with a head bolt. So if you ever need, just steal one from up here and you put your starter on. I'm not going to fire it, but I think I got some water in the cylinders while I was doing a premium job of cleaning this off. But yeah, I'm going to pull the spark plugs. Well, my buddy's going to pull the spark plugs right here. And then we'll dry fire it just to see if there's any liquid. Make sure it's clear. Make sure the starter spins on the flywheel. Maybe we should move some wires away so that that doesn't become an issue. But one step closer to getting this thing started. I'm really happy that I went to the magic bag of bolts to see if we had bolts, or that there were bolts that I could use for the starter. And yeah, I mean, there's no fuel pump, so it's not going to want to run for long. But if I power the ECU with a little bit of carb cleaner, it might bark off. All right, let's take spark plugs out. Rather than look at another YouTube video to see what's positive, what's negative, we're just gonna find out. We're just gonna find out. That's just what's gonna happen. So, let's see. These things are so rusty and crusty. Look at that. Oh, I see why he did that. Smart. They can't arc this way. Okay. Positive to negative. Let's start by putting our positive on where we think the positive is. Wait, should we move some of this harness out of the way? Yes. That out of the way. Let's get this up out of people's way. And just make sure I don't want that harness falling down while this tries to start. So you're saying this is a positive. Of course this is way. Okay. All right. I hope this works.
Do we know that
must be such junk that they're not even?
Do we know that this battery is charged?
Yeah, I was just charging it the other day.
Arc the cables.
Okay, maybe not. We need two things: a battery voltage tester, a voltage meter, and better cables. Junk. That's right, I have better in the truck.
Where's the last game? Where's the? You missed one clip.
Did I miss one clip? Look at that. Well, yeah, no, those are total junk. All right, let's get a better pair of those, and the other thing I mentioned, multimeter. Oh! It spins over nicely. Was it spinning the right direction? Or was it going backwards? I have no idea. I mean, either way, that's fine. I mean... You don't need to worry about the wobble in the flywheel. That's totally fine. Was that? I have to look at the video footage. It seemed to be going counterclockwise. I have no idea if that was good. We'll find out. Did I just burn that starter out? Yeah.
Starter's still engaged.
It's not unengaging? Well, I think that's because it's not...
It's not on a solenoid.
Yeah, it's not hooked up properly. Interesting.
Well... Hey, she turns.
Yeah, it turns over nicely. I guess we should softly put plugs just finger tight in it. Because if we're going to start it, you need spark plugs in it.
All right. So we got her to spin. That's about it. We have to tap into block 2.
Yes. We have to power the
So we
ECU
can
and
power that.
I do not have the answers for that right now. I gotta look up a diagram.
So we're gonna put a pin in for now. And yeah, I'm gonna start editing this video, and hopefully by the time this video is online, I'll be working on this engine again. Will probably be towards the end of the week. Hope you enjoyed.